Hey, second grade, welcome to writing time today. We're going to go ahead and get started. Last week we ended working on conjunctions. So we're going to go ahead and get started working on practicing some of our own. So I'm going to go ahead and say we are on lesson 14 in this writing, or sorry, day 14 of this lesson. So let me go ahead and share. We are on step 7 of editing. So Herschel, say hello to Herschel. Hello. He has taken us all the way through our path and on to step 7 of editing. So we are working on our spelling, on our grammar, and our punctuation in our writing today to focus on that. So make sure you have your iReady writing book. I know most of you do not have that at home, so please make sure you have paper to write on or something to follow along with so that you can submit your work when you are done. And you also need a pencil or something to write with. All right, our objectives for today are I can identify compound sentences and I can use conjunctions and commas correctly to produce compound sentences. So we're going to be focusing on those compound sentences. I know I need to refresh on my brain to remember how we are going to use them. So please make sure. Let's go ahead. I know we are on page 122 today, but we're going to look at page 120 first, just to refresh our brains. About simple sentences and how they're about the same thing and how we're able to make them into compound sentences. And our compound sentences are using the words and, but, or so to join sentences. And a comma usually comes right before the joining words. That's going to be important for us to remember as we work through our guided practice today. So remember, we can use them to combine simple sentences to make them compound. Let's go ahead, and we are on page 121. So today we're going to write a compound sentence by joining each pair of simple sentences. So you're going to need some paper to write on, and you can just copy what I'm writing or copy it from the page to make it a compound sentence. So we see here that we have hints here, and we're going to read the sentences and think about those hints, what's going to make them the best. So we have the shark was hungry. It ate 50 fish. Well, I know there are four compound sentences, four words that can make it into a compound sentence. Whew. It was and, but, or so. So let's go ahead. I think let's try and if it's combining it. The shark was hungry and it ate 50 fish. Doesn't really make sense because it's kind of like a cause and effect, right? So it was really hungry. So then, oh, wait, so I just used one of those words. So let's try that one. The shark was hungry, so it ate 50 fish. That makes sense. Why? It's hungry. So what did it do? It ate 50 fish. So we are going to go ahead and I'm going to type this in and you could write it. We're going to make it into a compound sentence. I'm going to be typing, so it might not look exactly on the lines, but if you have a page, you should write on the lines. So the shark was hungry. The shark was hungry. Remember, it says the hint. Remember to include a comma before the joining word. So comma, so it ate 50. Shouldn't use that word form of 50 in its writing. So the shark was hungry, so it ate 50 fish. And I made sure I had uppercase letter and periods in the beginning and the end. So now we have a complete sentence. So let's go ahead and look at the next sentence. If you need one more minute to write it, go ahead and pause so you can get that written. Number 4 says, the turtle swam fast. The shark took a bite of its shell. So it sounds like he tried to get away, but he couldn't. I just used one of those words, didn't I? But let's try that. The turtle swam fast, but the shark took a bite of its shell. Would it make sense the turtle swam fast and the shark took a bite of his shell? No, because they're about two different things, right? It tried to get away, but he couldn't. So this is what happened. So we're going to go ahead and I want us to write it or type it or whatever you're using. We're going to make this into a compound sentence. So the turtle swam fast, comma, before the word, but the shark took a bite of its shell. Its shell. There we go. Uppercase letter, comma before the word. That's going to turn it into a compound sentence, and period at the end. Very good. So if you need to pause, go ahead. To get this written, let's move on to number 5. Ooh, a shark can swim in a straight line. It can bend and twist as it swims. To me, it says the hint says, can the shark swim straight and bend at the same time? Doesn't sound like it can, right? It's one or the other. It's either going to be swimming straight or right, or it's going to be bending. So it's one or the other, and or is one of our words. It's going to make it into a compound sentence. So that would make more sense for us to use the word or. So please make sure you are writing with me and getting this done. So it would be a shark can swim in a straight line, comma, or it can bend and twist as it swims. Let me make sure I pull this out a little bit so that we have, there we go. So please make sure you are writing and you have your compound sentences complete on page 121. This is our only page we are completing today. So make sure that you take a picture or type it out into the assignment on Schoology so that you have shown that you are completing your work and staying caught up in our writing. So your job is to also make sure you are using compound sentences in more of your writing as we continue. So your assignment for today is to simply upload a picture, please, of your completed page 121 or whatever work you have to show that you've completed our writing today. So please make sure you get all of your work done for your learning time this afternoon, and I will see you guys tomorrow.